good morning again. My name is Sonia Suré. I'm presenting for Denton Corker Marshall, the Shepparton Art Museum, or SAM for short, as we refer to it. Denton Corker Marshall's design for SAM was selected as the winning competition entry back in April 2017. Construction was completed only in late 2020, and the museum finally opened its doors to the public only in October 2021. I think you all know why that is. In this presentation, I will focus on some of the key design principles which contributed to achieving an intrinsic connection between the very strong exterior architecture and the interior design, while simultaneously allowing the art on display to shine and not take away from that. The site we found was ideal. It's located in a beautiful park along a lake, and it is surrounded by the very typical river red gums of the area. So retention and repair of the park was a critical thought in our design process. We have drawn strong design inspiration from the muted tones of the landscape and the land around. And as a result, the architecture of the museum holistically interweaves landscape, art, and architecture through the materiality and form. A consistent material palette unifies the exterior with the interior, creating compelling imagery. The facade plates you can see here can be read on the outside as much as on the inside. The surrounding parkland was maximized by the design of SAM as a very small and tall building, small footprint that is. So this minimal footprint allows the park to be retained, and all services, back of house areas, and the loading are cleverly concealed below this art hill. The art hill also allows the cafe to be raised for outlook and to create another level of entrance, really. But raising it for outlook allowed us to create this amazing connection back to the park from within the building. So indoor and outdoor permeability and integration, we think, delivered a heightened sense of connection with the landscape, and a connection that's further heightened by all these framed views throughout the space. Within the 5-level art museum, spatial legibility and transparency and accessibility to the visitors and the experience to understand the museum with open circulation created really a holistic design. Central atrium and central galleria, as we refer to it, are additional exhibition spaces. A quick look at the ground floor. Entrance is from the east. The SAM shop here. Visitor information center, another tenancy briefed. Kaiela Arts, very important co-design partner as well in the space, Indigenous art collective. And then, as I said, a lot of the services under the art hill and the loading. The feature stair clad in black butt timber leads up to level 1, the first proper exhibition space. 4 main galleries, totaling to 800 square meters of exhibition space, all accommodated on 2 floors. Some of them are designed to international ASHRAE AA standards to allow exhibitions with higher humidity and temperature control requirements to be shown. There's the cafe and the central galleria connecting east to west. Exhibition spaces are characterized by adaptability. That was a key criteria from the museum's director and curatorial team. They are open, they are interconnected, and they can be separated by movable, flexible walls. creating really this very varied exhibition experience. These little sketches were actually created at competition stage. Multiple circulation loops allow exhibition spaces to be closed for rehanging or reconfiguration without disrupting the visitor flow. Circulation paths are designed with spatial variety as display spaces. Large generous spaces flow into smaller, more contained areas. So this really produces an ever-changing gallery experience. And again, the connectivity to get some respite, and we've talked a lot with the SAM director about gallery fatigue, some availability to look out over the landscape back and get a break from what's actually happening within. An absolute highlight for us and for me personally working on the project was stakeholder engagement with the Kaiela Arts and the artists and the Yorta Yorta community, very strong in Shepparton. And the creation of fabrics you see on this image for upholstery furniture throughout the building. We were very lucky to be invited to a campfire event, culminating in the ceremonial burning of some red gum trees on site and branches collected, and the charcoal from the fire was then later collected and made into pigments, which were made into paint, and the paint was used to print these textiles. So Kaiela Arts, together with Spacecraft Studio here in Melbourne, worked on this and produced these amazing fabrics in the Collingwood studio. They are also on sale as pillows and cushions and so forth in the SAM shop and in Kaiela Arts. So they're used in the cafe here, breakout space, as well as in Kaiela spaces. Jardin Furniture was also involved. Thank you. Another one was the Kaiela artists were involved in making brass and stone inlays, which were integrated into the polished concrete floor. Level 2 and 3, I touched on this already. There's more exhibition spaces. Some eucalypt veneers were used throughout the space. Finally, up on the top floor, we can see the library here. The cowhides you might have picked up used as rugs throughout the space, sort of linking back to the very strong dairy and farming community in Shepparton. The terrace space up on level 4, linking us back to the outside, and the event space used for all sorts of community engagement now, and of course as a fabulous bar and sunset space. We see this on Instagram a lot at the moment. And back on the outside and downstairs, beautiful, settled in the landscape now we find after a few extra visits since the museum has opened.